In 2017, deep core sampling beneath the Ross Ice Shelf, Antarctica 82.425 degrees south, 163.505 degrees east, extracted a silicate cylinder encased in ancient ice, 3,600 meters below surface level. The object, 22 centimeters long, hollow, and magnetized, was found in ice dated by oxygen isotopes to nearly 1 million years old. Its composition, 92% pure silica fused with trace titanium, suggested manufacturing temperatures exceeding 2,000 degrees Celsius. NASA analysts proposed meteorite origin, but the symmetry and central borehole contradicted that. Independent lab imaging at the University of Otago detected residual electromagnetic alignment, as if once part of a powered mechanism. The Antarctic Treaty Secretariat has since sealed the coordinates. Public access is forbidden. Satellite passes over the site now show faint heat anomalies beneath the ice. Official explanation: instrument error due to reflection. In 1998, during maintenance of the Great Pyramid's ventilation shafts, a robotic probe sent by the University of Leeds stopped at a limestone door 65 meters inside the southern shaft. Behind it, ultrasonic imaging revealed a cavity containing what appeared to be a copper-bound chest. When the second probe drilled through the stone in 2002, it transmitted a brief visual: inscriptions in an alphabet unknown to Egyptology, etched into perfectly smooth plaster. Transmission ended seconds later. Official reports claimed equipment malfunction, yet engineers stated the feed was intentionally cut. Subsequent attempts to access the chamber were blocked by the Supreme Council of Antiquities. Independent researchers who analyzed the signal delay calculated the cavity extends beyond the pyramid's outer wall. To this day, its contents remain sealed, officially to preserve heritage integrity. In 2011, an excavation at Jebel Irhoud, Morocco, 31.951 degrees north, 8.759 degrees west, unearthed a small obsidian fragment engraved with a lattice of intersecting spirals. The shard came from a stratum securely dated at 280,000 years old, long before symbolic art supposedly existed. Macroscopic grooves showed rhythmic depth, suggesting use of a fixed-point cutting tool. Archaeologists at Rabat University initially labeled it a natural fracture pattern until laser scanning revealed deliberate repetition at a consistent 14 degrees angle. The obsidian's isotopic signature matched deposits from Ethiopia, 2,000 kilometers away. No known migration fits that timeline. Hypotheses oscillated between proto-human cognition and contamination, yet sediment sealing around the shard was intact. In 2018, French researchers called it an intentional language of geometry. The artifact was quietly relocated to a private archive in Casablanca in 1976, near the coastal caves of Peri Reis Bay, Turkey 36.06, 9 degrees north, 30.52, 6 degrees east. Divers from Istanbul University found a section of stone pavement 30 meters underwater, arranged in perfect hexagonal tessellation. The seabed sediment placed it within a layer dated to roughly 9,000 BC centuries before known Anatolian architecture. Petrographic analysis confirmed the stones were quarried basalt, cut with precision straight edges still sharp under incrustation. Marine geologists proposed volcanic origin, but the joints measured within millimetric tolerance, far too regular for cooling fractures. Sonar imaging later revealed symmetrical walls extending from the pavement's edge toward the continental shelf. Some suggested the remains of a submerged port, others a seismic illusion. Yet no tectonic activity could explain the deliberate geometry. The site remains restricted under Turkish naval supervision since 2009. In 2003, during restoration work beneath Saint-Sulpice in Paris, 48.851 degrees north, 2.333 degrees east, workers uncovering an old drainage channel struck a sealed limestone vault. Inside lay a single bronze disc, 32 centimeters wide, engraved with constellations unknown to classical astronomy. Its patina suggested extreme age. Thermoluminescence dating placed it near 12,000 BCE. The artifact was quietly transferred to the Musée de l'Homme under inventory code FR03742. At first, Researchers believed it a medieval astronomical chart, but spectroscopy of the alloy revealed traces of beryllium impossible for Bronze Age manufacture. The constellations matched none visible from European latitudes, aligning instead with the sky seen from 10 degrees south. Historians proposed a Renaissance forgery, yet the corrosion pattern contradicted that completely. By 2015, astrophysicist Hélène Drouot demonstrated that the disk mapped the precessional shift of Earth's axis, implying knowledge of long-term celestial mechanics. The French Ministry of Culture denied public access soon after. The vault has since been resealed, officially, for conservation purposes. In the summer of 1987, in the Ural Mountains near Chelyabinsk, 55.159 degrees north, 61.402 degrees east, a team of gold prospectors sifting river sediment through fine mesh discovered metallic spirals no larger than a grain of rice. Under a 200 times microscope, they appeared engineered perfectly coiled filaments made of tungsten and molybdenum. The layer they came from, verified by geologist Anatoly Kuratov, was at least 100,000 years old. Radiometric analysis confirmed the sediment's Pleistocene age. At first, Soviet scientists proposed natural crystallization or modern contamination from drilling equipment, but X-ray diffraction showed metallurgy inconsistent with any known industrial alloy of the region. Later testing at the Russian Academy of Sciences revealed isotopic ratios unattainable by contemporary smelting processes. Some fragments were magnetically polarized, as if once part of a high-frequency mechanism. Hypotheses range from micrometeorite debris to evidence of an unknown prehistoric technology. Western researchers dismissed the findings as sampling error, yet replicas have never been artificially produced with such scale and purity. Since 2001, most of the spirals have vanished from archives. Photographs survive in obscure scientific bulletins. If authentic, they rewrite not just metallurgy, but the entire human timeline hidden beneath the Ural soil. In 1994, at coordinates 43.597 degrees north, 71.375 degrees west, workers drilling near Lake Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire, struck a layer of compacted clay 6 meters below the surface. The bit snagged on something hard, a smooth, ovoid stone carved with strange geometric faces. Local geologist Warren Upham sent it to the New Hampshire Historical Society, cataloged as NHHS 94117. Stratigraphy placed it in a glacial layer, dated between 2000 and 10,000 years BCE. Initial analysis suggested it was a ceremonial object carved by native tribes, but microscopic scans revealed perfectly symmetrical perforations, the kind only produced by modern rotary tools. The contradictions piled up. No traces of metal residue, yet the holes were laser precise. The quartzite material came from no trace, known deposit within 200 miles. Carbon sampling of adherent clay confirmed the depth layer's antiquity. Hypotheses multiplied: a 19th century hoax, a trade relic from the Atlantic coast, or the remnant of a vanished culture predating known settlement. In 2019, Boston University's archaeology lab performed isotopic imaging and found a pattern of microabrasions resembling machining stress, not hand-tool carving. Smithsonian researchers called it unresolved. Independent investigators claimed its iconography mirrors early Iberian script. The artifact remains sealed in climate control, unexhibited, unclassified, and if the dating is accurate, someone was drilling stone with precision instruments before history officially began. They say time buries everything, yet sometimes the earth betrays its own secrets. From the frozen lakes of North America to the sands of Egypt and the basalt ridges of Anatolia, something ancient keeps whispering through the ground. Fragments of a history that refuses to stay buried. Official science insists we already know the beginning, the neat timeline, the comfortable story. But the soil disagrees. Beneath the charts and radiocarbon dates lies another narrative, older than civilization itself, and it is starting to surface in the most unlikely of places. These finds are not isolated curiosities. Together, they challenge the very definition of what it means to be human. The first discovery was made by accident during simple drilling on the shore of a lake.